What's up, viewers, subscribers, and agents alike? It's your boy Enlightened Luciferian Prince coming at y'all once again. Now, I know that while a lot of people were sitting here dealing with quote-unquote psychological operations, quote-unquote Mr. George Floyd, that whole incident, Derek Chauvin trial, I want to shed light upon a previous instance of a different George, in which you probably never heard of. But before I proceed, make sure you actually if you're listening to this video around children, please escort your children out of the room. Pause this video, come right back. My videos aren't made for children. Not to mention, YouTube has been shadow banning me. I guess because I gained a little momentum, a little traction in regards to gaining a lot of subscribers. Because I remember back when I first started my channel, I actually had up to close to 9,000 subscribers. So now in the previous month, I had 6,998 subscribers, but now they reduced me to 6,700. Well, so unfortunately, the truth often does have that impact, people, which I'm not afraid of. It is what it is. It's fine. It is what it is. Let's talk about the real George, people. Mr. George Stinney. George Stinney Jr. October 21st, 1929, June 16th, 1944, was a 14-year-old African-American boy, was convicted in a proceeding later vacated as an unfair trial in 2014. Whoa. June 16th, 1944, vacated in an unfair trial in 2014. So wait a minute. This trial was actually held before World War II ended. Anyway, he was accused of murdering two white girls, Betty June Beneker, age 11, and Mary Emma Thames, age 7, in his hometown of Alcolu, South Carolina. He was executed by electric chair in June of 1944. Stinney is the youngest American to be sentenced to death and executed since Hannah Oquish in 1786. He was born Pinewood, South Carolina. He died June 16. Execution by electrocution. Criminal status, executed. Conviction overturned December 17, 2014, which means that he died for no fucking reason. Criminal penalty, death by electric chair. He was apprehended in March 1944. A re-examination of the Stinney case began in 2004, and several individuals at Northeastern University of Law sought a judicial review. Stinney's conviction was overturned in 2014, 70 years that he was executed. So, wait. His conviction was overturned and he was dead. What difference did it make? You wasted time on somebody who is no longer here anymore. But while it comes down to that, I'm going to leave that on that note because that makes me sick to my stomach. You're focusing on someone over a year ago was actually apprehended, arrested by police, actually have video evidence of this man being killed. And then at the same token, we have to sit here and go to trial for something that you already witnessed. And I'm referring to the George Floyd situation, that is the Derek Chauvin trial. People, citizens, people, indigenous, individuals, sovereigns of America, whatever you wish to designate yourself as, when are you going to get serious about how they're spinning you? Now, in regards to this case, I can predict it already. I can smell it. I can smell a charring embers right now. When this whole Derek Chauvin case does not get prosecuted as you think it's going to get prosecuted, gain national attention, gain millions of dollars, followers, so forth, you name it, it is what it is. This situation is going to literally turn America back on its head once again. And they're doing this with the exact intent and purpose to basically make you become your own destroyer. Once you become your own destroyer, in that sense, then you don't have them to blame, even though they instigated the cause against you. It's called the Hegelian dialectic. In other words, here's the problem, here's the reaction, here's the solution, even though it's been instigated by these particular people. But I outlined in the beginning of this video for you to actually know something that actually took place over 70 years ago. Man was exonerated. So wasn't even found guilty. So that means that the people, whether they were guilty or not, who you may never know, only people who know, who have access to the records, are actually or were actually free, and their descendants are doing the same thing. That's a case that deserved national attention. This boy was 14 years old, executed by electric chair. Juries took less than 10 minutes. The jury took less than 10 minutes to actually find this individual guilty. Y'all sitting here debating about a grown-ass man that actually had a knee on his neck for 10 minutes, damn near 10 minutes, and he's going to sit here. I don't care what nobody says. I'm making a historical comparison of the mediocrity of today, because that's all it is mediocrity. But now when it boils down to actually being something factual, that's something that takes us 70 years to figure out. Did y'all fall off the fucking pecan truck? Or are you actually going to sit here and actually do something about what's going on? Because what you got going on in your face ain't nothing. See, until you address the historical precedent of what took place, where no justice was sought, you're seeking justice for something you could actually see. And at that instance, most people who view my channel through analytics aren't even 70 years old. Hell, my dad's 73. So that means that happened at a time where most people who view this channel weren't even alive. But y'all believe that these people are telling y'all the truth. Tell y'all something. And another thing, if you want to be aware, people are stoking the flames of racial intolerance, because what they're doing is they're stoking the flames because they want a sort of insurrection. They will do whatever they have to do in regards to making people feel inflamed or enraged against a certain sense to make people just basically start a social conflagration, which they will suppress, because if you read the Constitution, their Constitution, not yours, you'll see that it has military power to suppress so-called quote-unquote social insurrection. They don't have no problem doing it. If you go back in history, when you actually read about the whole Tax Stamp Act and so forth and so on with England, when they were trying to actually impose taxes on quote-unquote their colonization, they basically brought in the military, and people basically said, you know what, we're not having it. Why do you think they're still trying to suppress gun laws to this day? These mass shootings and all these things that are taking place, they're not accidental. But they'll keep happening. They'll keep happening. They'll keep happening because I know a lot of people, in regards to this ideology, are diametrically opposed because they know for a fact that they work for a particular agenda. So, here's what it is. Your future is in your own hands. And you decide where you maneuver, where you go, and what you do. Now, if you're being led by, quote unquote, just like people don't even understand bulls, like a male bull, basic bull, not a cow, quote unquote, a bull. They put a ring in his nose. Now, this thing weighs close to, a healthy one, it weighs close to 3,200 pounds, literally more than your vehicle. But if you put a ring in his nose, you can carry him wherever he wants to go. That's American population. Straight. And they know as long as they can keep you by the nose, they got you. You just learned a very significant truth in less than 10 minutes. Shout out to all the people who supported my channel. Shout out to all the people who donate to my content. Shout out to all the people who I contacted via consultation, via, personal involvement. It is what it is. You know who you are, names aside. Shout out to you. People who want to contact me, I'll leave my email, Gmail, in the video description. And if you can't contact me via Gmail, you can contact me via ProtonMail. Contact me via ProtonMail. I get back to you by your email. That's what it is. Some people use different internet service providers, so I have to use this as an alternative in order to make sure I can contact you. It's not that I'm not answering emails. It's just that maybe your internet service provider doesn't actually come into my email as personal email, may come in as spam, which I don't check because it deletes itself. So It's what it is. So, for future reference, what I will do is leave my Gmail and I will leave my ProtonMail in the video description. If you just go ahead to the little arrow that's up there in the little corner and click it, you'll see exactly where to contact me in discussion. Agents, do not contact me whatsoever. I do not consent, nor do I oblige. It's what it is. That's just the way it is. Now, you can go troll somebody else or, have your little variances with other people. I'm not one of those people. I spend my time on positivity, not negativity. And I don't have the Agent Smith factor. In other words, so I don't tolerate that. It's what it is. Because a lot of you people that be sitting here going on these channels, browsing these channels, y'all are not who y'all say y'all are. Y'all not. And that's the truth. And I don't have no problem saying it. Y'all not who you say y'all are. Y'all out here to try to bring ill repute on the system. And unfortunately, you like the big phallus in Washington, D.C. I'm just being real. But guess what? You like the phallus in D.C., but I got my twisted tea. Stay aware. Stay woke. Or stay dumb. Stay broke. The choice is yours. But remember, this thing that's going on right now is a psyop. It's a psychological operation. And I can tell you right now, it doesn't have favorable results. Peace, light, love. Prosperity to those who want it, and poverty to those who want it too. The choice is yours. Creator gave you a choice to be your own individual. If you don't want to be, fine. As my mom said, rest in peace, if you don't use your mind, someone else will. And undoubtedly, they're doing it at this very moment. Take care.